Good evening, students. I hope you all are staying healthy and taking good care of your health. You must have been a little surprised to get this message of a session with your vice principal all of a sudden, but there were few pressing issues, which I wanted to address with you all, and they are of common concern to all of you. So, not waiting for the entire school to physically reopen, not waiting for a general assembly to happen, I thought it's a good idea to connect through a virtual mode. And as you know, connecting through a virtual mode is a new normal, so I believe we all are very used to it. Before I begin, my sincere apologies for the technical snag which happened in the morning and we had to postpone this session to the evening. Thank you for bearing the inconvenience with us. Basically, I'll begin, with the background. I had gone through the result of your first assessment cycle, and as I analyzed it, I find that despite your teachers and facilitators' concerted, repeated reminders, some of you are not taking your assessments seriously. There were a lot of absentees. Some of you are not doing well academically, despite the fact that we all realize that you are certainly getting an advantage of the online mode of assessment. Now, what could be the reasons behind that? When we analyze, for the poor academic performance, there can be three possible reasons. One could be lack of aptitude or interest, which after class 10, I don't see much possibility, because you are always given a choice to select the subject as per your interest and aptitude. So I rule out that possibility. The second possibility could be that, some of you or few of you are struggling because of some kind of learning disability. I would rule out this possibility also, considering with the smooth sailing of all these years, very few chances. And even if, there were, you have learned to cope up with it. Now, what could be the third reason, which I assume is the most valid reason in this case? It is lack of proper study skills or study habits. So, the main objective, one of the main objectives I would say of today's session with you is, I want to remind you of your potential, because your reflection of your assessment says something else. But I believe that Springdalians have not only achieved as per their potential, but they've always achieved par excellence. You have, a huge legacy to follow. Class 12 result is out. It's a huge success of the teaching learning. The credit goes to all the parents, all the students, all the teachers who worked hard to achieve it. So my congratulations, but your seniors have kept the scale very high for you. Now, coming again to the study skills or study habits, I'll share with you few tips if they can be of some use to you. First of all, it's important to make a proper study schedule, and then try to keep your fixed hours for study. Educational psychologists suggest that your study table should be free of clutter, because more clutter, more is the distraction. Supposing if you are studying maths, keep your physics, keep your chemistry books away. They should not be in your sight, so that you can focus only on maths. Also, get rid of the habit of procrastination. Do not keep postponing your plans of study. One way of motivating yourself can be, please remember, studying is not always a very pleasurable exercise. It's not a very pleasurable, you need to control your mind. It doesn't have to get distracted. And to avoid distractions, one simple way can be keep your mobile away. So form a study group wherein your friends can also pitch in. Some realistic goals on day-to-day basis can be formed. And yes, the most important aspect is revision. All educational psychologists highly recommend thorough revisions. We all know that whatever we learn in a class gets erased from the brain within 24 hours. 60% of it gets erased if we do not revise it within 24 hours. Because it goes into the short-term memory. It doesn't stay in your mind for long. So it's important to revise whatever you learn once within 24 hours, then maybe within a week, and then within a month. Apart from that, as I said, realistic goals are important. Now once you get into these study habits, I don't think so there is any chance by which you are not able to perform up to your potential. Coming on to the next objective of today's meeting. Despite your teacher's guidance, despite the effort of your own efforts, I would say, in case you're not able to perform well, what happens next is somehow there is a trend among students to drop or change the subject after registration, either towards end of grade 11 or in grade 12. So coming on to a more serious topic, all the way I would say more concerning, is you all have to understand that grade 11 and 12 is a 2-year integrated course. The syllabus, the duration, the content, everything is to be delivered and grasped within 2 years. It cannot be done in a year. And when a student after registration decides to drop a subject or change a subject, number one, it talks of the indecisiveness on part of the student. Secondly, we as teachers and as a school need to justify each case to the CBSE. So to the present batch of students of grade 11, I am going to throw this challenge to you that now is the time when you please work hard, make your final decisions about the subject, please explore. Do not fall into the trap of misconception that I have to have maths for admission at so and so place, I have to have accounts for admission to so and so place. Be very sure of your choices. If you come across that maths is mandatory, then please be very sure whether it is required as one of the mainstream subjects or can you manage with maths as an additional subject. And if it is additional subject, I am talking of subjects like maths and accountancy here in particular, then bare qualifying marks are sufficient if it is one of the eligibility criteria. Be very selective, be very wise about your decisions. In case you need any guidance from your teachers, from me, we all are available. Even Principal Sir has assured his availability when it comes to guiding students. So in case you need any guidance, feel free to ask for it, but decide once and decide in a way that you don't have to change your decisions time and again. So I was talking about this challenge, that we have taken up this challenge that this year, from this batch onwards, our students will be making wise decisions and will not be dropping or changing subjects once the registration is done. So I once again remind you that the registration is going to happen somewhere towards August end or September month. You still have time. Work on your subjects, think again, decide your subjects, and then you fill the Google form which is going to be sent to you shortly by your facilitators, and fill your subjects very carefully. Once we get your decisions and your choices, we will not be entertaining any change after that. And you all have to partner with us in accepting this challenge. So I seek very responsible behavior from all of you in this regard. Having said this, I wish you all the very best. I hope you will make responsible choices and you will work wonders for yourself and bring laurels to your parents, to your school, make us all proud. Thank you.